Hello guys, and welcome to Serge Zimaleta. In today's video, my generator is not starting, and I want to show you kind of like why yours might not be starting as well. I wanted to show you what I was gonna do for this video, and I still will. I need to weld on a piece of bolt here. It is the only bolt that kind of like all messed up, and I need a way to pull it out so I could pull this crankshaft off. So I decided I'm gonna pull out my 4,000 watt peak generator and just use my welder with that. Well, not so fast, because it's been sitting for about a year and it hasn't had much use, and you will see why. My generator is not starting, and I want to show you how to clean the carburetor, that way it will start. I first want to explain to you what's going on here. Fuel gets into over here and it causes fuel to go in the cup. This is the cup. Once the cup fills up with fuel, this float will rise up, and it will cut off the fuel supply. So then if you blow in this hole, it's not going to actually allow any fuel go in there, or in that case, if the fuel's trying to flow, once it's up, it's not going to go. But down like that, fuel will go. What happens then is there's fuel that's going to actually get sucked from the bottom, and that's what these holes are right here on the sides, because there's going to be a bolt here, and they will actually cause fuel to go inside and get sucked up in there. That's the portion we got to actually fix. And if you blow in it, the two holes from the sides, here comes out. But if you close them, you try to blow, nothing comes out. So this carburetor is definitely dirty. This is a kit that I borrowed from my neighbor to actually clean the carburetor, and he bought it 15 years ago. He says he can't find another one for sale, so I just gotta find which one of these will work in it. That seems not to work, so let's try to get this bigger one here. Like, it's really stuck. So that's not working. It's just not gonna work. Oh, I just got it in there. So that actually finally fit. As you could see, it goes actually all the way through. So I guess worst come to worst, you need to access it from the other place, you can. So now let's see if we could put a bigger one in there. This bigger one does not work. So let's see if this one would work. And now let's try a little bit bigger. I'm going to try to find a carburetor cleaner tool like this on Amazon and see if they have one. I'm sure they gotta have one for sale, because he hasn't seen any more of these kits for sale for a long time. But I think nowadays you could find a lot of stuff. Looks like I already cleaned it pretty much, and it's pretty much a fine type of job. I'm just doing it with this one here. I'm just gonna do the final swoop, and that's it. Yeah, this works good. And you could also clean this here, but I already cleaned this and I blowed it out. You got to be careful, because some of them, they have an orange gasket, and you really don't want to damage that with compressed air. But this one doesn't, so I will use compressed air on this one. So anyways guys, in the rest of the video I will show you how I remove this and how I install this and stuff like that, and I will show you my whole process of me diagnosing this thing. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and actually install it without you guys seeing how I'm installing it, and then I'm gonna start it. All right guys, we just installed the carburetor right back, and it's gonna be a first start. Got the fuel on, got it in start mode. Let's try it. Perfect! All right, working great. Here's my generator right now, and the only way it starts is if I only started with starting fluid. So let me show you. And I know the fuel is off right now, but the only reason it's off right now is because I already have removed this thing, which is part of the carburetor. And look at the inside of it. Look, just look at all this. And when I removed it, you know, I'm thinking I gotta make a video on this, because man, there's no way I would even guess that this is going to be anywhere like that. So I hope you guys are seeing this. I'm just gonna get it up close. It's just so much of this crud. Like, how, you know? I'm just like wondering, like, how does this happen? Why does this happen? Let's pour this out into my hand. Look at all that. Isn't that crazy? This was all inside. So no wonder it's having a difficulty starting up. So I'm first going to just clean it like this. Now, I don't have any carb cleaner. I think that would have been nice too, to just try to clean the carburetor with a carb cleaner. But this is moving pretty nicely up and down, so hopefully it's still going to do its job. But it's just so crummy in here. I don't know if this alone will solve the issue, but if it won't, and I'm gonna find what it is, it's going to be in this video. So I'm sanding this with a 320. This is exactly the same stuff I use for sanding my cars. I could have chose a less expensive paper, but sometimes when I just go at it, I just pick up what I have on hand and just keep going. Because look, on the outside looks so nice, looks so clean, so you would expect to get the same thing on the inside. But there's so much ethanol inside of these this gas and stuff, that this is what happens. And if you don't put any fuel stabilizer in it, well, you're just gonna be dealing with this kind of stuff. And I did not leave any fuel on the inside, but I guess what was in the cup, that was actually still here. Thought I brought some paper here. This paper. Oh, I don't have any carb cleaner, so I'm going to use some ether. See, guys, just use what I have, you know, instead of like running around and figuring this whole thing out. This stuff is nasty, so I'm sure it does a trick. So this is not going to be 100% clean. I do want to test this as quickly as possible. So here's my wrench. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Go ahead and actually make things tight. Oh yeah, by the way, this make sure this bolt, if you have the same one from Harbor Tool and Freight, faces this way. That way you could drain the fuel before pulling it off. Usually when you're having starting issues, it's usually because of that thing. Now it will be really surprising if this just will run. Usually things are a lot more difficult. Okay, this thing just keeps moving. Okay, this is good and tight now. So what I'm going to do now, twist it this way, well, add fuel. Hopefully that's going to do the trick. Spray some more of this carb cleaner. This is not a carb cleaner, it's a starting fluid. Ah. Fortunately, this is what we're getting right now. So right now it's set for the fuel to actually be coming in. So I'm going to just remove this here. This will allow the fuel to drain. As you can see, there is fuel inside. See? And I will now stop the fuel from coming in, and then I'm gonna open it up to have fuel come in. So we are getting fuel inside of that thing. Problem is, it's not going where it needs to, and that kind of sucks, because that means I may have to remove this whole carburetor system and really go to town inspecting it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get started. This was not in the plans today. Whoa, why is this out? That's interesting. So it just goes there like that. Interesting. So it's a little bit wet, so I have to remove some of this stuff. Let's see what fits. Well, that's like a deep socket. None of this is gonna work. So this is working good. So this little pipe just pulls out. I hope you guys are getting a good angle. It's kind of tough to work without a table. So I'm having a hard time seeing what all that needs to be removed. Okay, so I could twist. Oh crap, it hurts. I could twist it with my hands. This is an awkward position. Okay, so that's another one. It's the same. So pulling this line off is just a breather for the air tank. Barely. We have another that's behind. I have to pull this off. and that's a different size. That works. Good. I could just slide this, but I need to pull a couple of these things off. Like a little thin piece. Okay, they're off. So I have the fuel line right here. I'm just gonna attempt to pull that out with my fingers as well. So fuel is coming in. So this is opening. So we're gonna go ahead and inspect this. By the way, guys, you're not gonna believe this, but this is a $900 carpet, 100% wool, and I got it out here so I could clean it, but I never cleaned it. So I don't know if the problem is in here from looking at everything. So anyways, the fuel line is on, all of those other lines are on, so we just have to install this, and it's not that difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and actually slide this on, install this piece of pipe in it, install that piece of pipe. Easy enough. And now we got a couple of these. We gotta install. And of course, what an awkward position. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and install this other one that's on the inside. Okay, so that's good. And that's good. Yeah, this line had like that on it, so install it. Yep. So now we need a couple more things. We need this piece. So here, this installs just like that, and then of course this installs like that. For now we're just gonna leave this alone. Now we need to go ahead and install the carburetor. And we do need to install that last bolt right here. hard to really grip this thing. It's impossible. So I was just gonna have to use this. Easy peasy. Because it is a fuel related issue.